Hey, and welcome. There's times to be fearful because fear is wise. You don't often hear me promoting fear. Most fear is irrational. Most fear is based on old stories. But if you're a business owner or an investor, you have every right to be afraid, and being afraid would be a very wise thing at this point in time, because fear is, when used effectively, a very good motivator to change. And you may have to if you want to navigate what's coming. Interesting, Seek just put out, they're sending emails out today. For those that don't live in Australia, Seek is one of our big recruitment, job search recruitment companies here in Australia. And they've sent out templates to help lay people off. They're calling them redundancy templates. Earlier this week, there was reports of millions upon millions of dollars going into bankrupted companies in America. And this was from mum and dad investors who had been given government money and were at home in COVID and investing in bankrupt companies, really excited about the concept of the economy doing extremely well and hoping to make some money out of it. Well, I don't know why they were investing in bankrupt companies, but it just sort of shows you the madness and lack of intelligence in the marketplace for a lot of people at this point in time. And to be honest, and one of the reasons I'm sharing what I'm sharing today, it still horrifies me when I talk to business owners who think that things are going to be normal. Now, admittedly, for some of you, you'll be doing extremely well. So there are some businesses at this point that are going through high growth phases. And that's because of what's happened through the crises. Things that weren't needed before become needed or more needed. So business owners are going to have to make a lot of decisions over the coming months. And I sincerely believe, after working intimately with business people and investors for the best part of 30 years, when I say working with them intimately, really understanding their psychology, at this point, many business owners don't want to know about what's coming. It's too confronting to them. They're the ones in the iffy businesses, because this COVID is whacking, or what's come as a result of COVID is whacking certain sectors, and other sectors are doing well. But of course, we're now heading into a recession as well. And what will happen if we get a second round of COVID? So as I said, all business owners will be forced to make decisions. Even if you are on the upside, you're going to need to scale, you're going to need to grow your business. You're going to have to make decisions there. But regardless, the next few years is going to be extremely challenging. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was how you have to shift as a business person in your knowledge gathering. In the Recession Busters think tank that we've put together, this is a group of people, we get together each week, and we're looking at what's happening in the economy. We're looking at what's happening from a trend perspective. And we've brought this into our business to help our clients. You know, we've never had to do that before. We'd help them scale. We'd help them put their leadership team in, help them with their marketing. But everything's just so different now for business owners. So we've basically had 72 years of prosperity. And we've had a few blips, GFC, remember high interest rates in the 80s. And there were some hard times, but nothing like what we are seeing and about to receive the full ramifications from. So as business people, we now have to be aware of trends. And this gets interesting, I reckon. So for me, I love understanding trends. But for a lot of business owners, they don't. This is why some people have been joining me in the Recession Busters think tank, because I do the research with my experts and my team, and they just get given the information, so they don't have to do the work to get that information on trends. But just to show you how trends work, if a trend's working for you, which is what's happening in certain sectors, I have clients that are in IT. And at this point in time, one of the future trends is that COVID has accelerated, as an example, anything online. So we've got universities going online. We've got course makers going online. And so all the tech people have a lot of work on the moment, getting people up to speed, working online. Offline businesses, traditional offline businesses are going online now so that people can order through apps and things like that. So trends matter. If you're in the restaurant game at this point, it's going to be iffy. What happens if you get a second round of COVID? Talk to my friends. Since COVID, a lot of us are like, well, we don't really care about going out. We've actually really enjoyed staying at home. That's a potential trend. If the recession gets worse, there's less discretionary spending. All these things must be looked at and taken into account in regards to the decisions that you make as a business person. We've got geopolitical trends. So at this point, China and its relationship with Australia has a massive impact on our future. And you might think that I've got anything to do with China. Well, you do, because if China goes the way it looks like it might go, then there's going to be way less consumer spending in Australia. As certain sectors get whacked, there's less spending. That impacts other areas and other businesses. So these are things that we have to be really aware of. Consumer spending. The government stimulus. What are they spending? What are they investing into? So we know that in recessions or in downturning markets, governments spend more. And they want to prop up certain sectors to keep people in jobs. So we've just seen that from the building sector. Now, the reason I'm saying this is you have to be really aware. As I said, it's dangerous times. And if you're not aware, you'll get caught out. And here's a really important thing to understand. We're seeing massive shifts in trends just like that. There's so much upheaval happening that it's just happening. It's so volatile that it's just overnight, something shifts, something turns. Look what COVID did, right? Just bang. And all suddenly everyone's indoors. Businesses are being shut down. So now the reason I say this is that you have to be aware of the trends so that you can make good quality decisions in your business. And some of those decisions might be, and they're going to be hard and horrible decisions, that you might be better off shutting your business down and going into one of the emerging markets. Okay, so as an example, if this recession gets really bad, we'll see things like bread makers, microgreen businesses and things like that start to take off. So again, it's just really important to be on top of what these trends are, what's changing, what's evolving. I use the analogy of sailing. I've been a sailor all my life, and one of the things that you learn as a sailor is to find the currents that go the way that you want to go. Don't push against currents that are pushing into you. Find the currents, find the tides that are working for you. And this is a big part of really navigating this crisis and this recession effectively. In the second module of our Recession Busters Masterclass, we go into trends, how to spot trends, how to identify trends. So make sure you check that out, and just you'll see linked below to that. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, so it's just an upside. And just if you want some assistance working through like a SWOT analysis for your business, just ping me a message or put a comment down below, and I'll contact you and I'll spend some time with you. Let's just see what's happening in your business. Let's see what's happening in the world and how what's happening in the world may impact your business. I've just come out of a couple of months doing SWOT analysis for my clients all over the world. So, I enjoy it. If you want a bit of help with that, just let me know. Anyway, catch you.